What's up, y'all? We're back here with some more Hogwarts Legacy. There are some people fighting behind me, but I have no idea what their deal is. I don't really care, because we are about to attempt Percival Rackham's trial. Now, Percival Rackham is the guy in the painting that we have been speaking to over the last couple of videos, and he identified himself as one of the keepers of some kind of ancient magic. There are 4 keepers of ancient magic, and we don't know what kind of magic they're really guarding. All we know is that our character, the protagonist here, has shown some kind of ability to interact in ways that other wizards don't seem able to. And so all this was discovered in a chamber at the very depths of Hogwarts. They're calling it the map chamber. And so this is going to be the very first trial that we attempt. And hopefully the magic is something kind of cool. We'll see how this goes. This is going to be Percival Rackham's trial. Let's check it out.
Over here.
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival.
Fall dead asleep on my feet, I could.
Quickly now. Stay hidden and cast Petrificus Totalis.
Petrificus Totalis.
Well done.
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make? Oh, there must be something here. Ramrock said so. There must be something here. Ramrock said so.
Petrificus Totalis.
Who do you think you are?
Levioso. Protego. Incendio.
I won't rest.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Hello? What was that? An incredible and utterly pitiful display.
Confringo. Levioso.
Ah,
Stupefy.
No, no, no!
Revelio. 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 Incendio. Incendio.
Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
I will draw blood. Stupid to come here. They're just surrender now.
Incendio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio.
Get away with that.
Many goblins have always been antagonistic towards wizard kind, but this is different somehow. Looks like we found the entrance.
It's locked. An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Revelio.
Someone was an avid reader. Can't say I'm familiar with many of these titles. I wonder who this is.
With robes like that, it could be anyone.
Welcome to San Bakar's Tower.
Hello, Professor. Did you say Sam Bakar's tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter, though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor. We encountered goblins outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Command it to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more. As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber. A reservoir of ancient magic, downstairs, near the entry. I've seen this before, in Gringotts and the restricted section. That must have done something. Best have a look around.
Revelio. Leviosa.
I presume we're looking for traces of ancient magic. But where? More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different.
Confringo. Revelio.
These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time.
Levioso. Protego. Stupefy. Confringo. Stupefy. Incendio. Stupefy. Incendio. Confringo. Accio.
These look familiar.
Accio. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Was it Accio I used before? That platform looks like it ought to get me where I need to go.
Revelio.
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic. But where?
Accio. Revelio.
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic. But where?
Accio.
Traces of ancient magic. But where? What did that burst of magic do? Perhaps I should examine it from both sides of the archway. More statues.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Leviosa. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Not making this easy on me.
Accio.
Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides.
Accio.
What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different.
Accio.
I'll never get used to these floors.
Reparo. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Incendio. Revelio. Expelliarmus. Accio. Accio. Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo. Levioso.
What a relief. Another pensive.
Revelio.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take. Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here. More crystallized stone. That must be the way.
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir. And this is Professor Fig.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone completed the first trial?
I have, Professor Rookwood. You look familiar, sir.
I imagine you saw me in the first pensive you accessed, in Gringotts. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe. You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of San Bakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then...
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
that there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance, if any. For now, tell me what you saw in the pensive.
Before the witch from the last pensive, Isadora, became a Hogwarts professor, she argued with Professor Rackham about using magic to remove pain.
Hopefully the next pensive provides more context. For now, we should learn what Ranrock knows. I will be honest, I've no idea where to start.
Actually, I might know of someone. I saw Sirona at the Three Broomsticks speaking to a goblin once. They seemed friendly.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find out. Of course, don't forget...
My studies. Yes, sir.
Before you go...
Professor?
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path?
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Thank you, sir. I will look out for them. I should ask Serona at the Three
I've got spectacular news. The broom upgrade's ready. Ha, stop by the shop when you can.
I hope you will come and see me about a pressing and highly confidential matter at your earliest convenience. I believe... may be able to help each other.
Please see me after class once you have completed the tasks I've set.
He has a special knack. It's tormenting Professor Black. I said what?
I can appreciate Hogwarts all year round.
On a slide. You must try it. Can't get.
I've heard that
Off on another adventure, are we?
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe. Oh!
Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience. That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed? What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition. And cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
Oh, couple of Neasel whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone!
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the Neasels just as you did with Gerald. The Neasels really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
It was all right, but honestly, I find the beast's unpredictability unnerving.
Wouldn't know it the way you handled them. You'll soon learn that properly controlled beasts can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other 5th years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Psst, psst, over here.
Do you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least, that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet in the forest.
I'm not sure. What's this all about?
You'll see. I promise you have nothing to fear. I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really? Well, thank you, I think.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise. Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you. Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead. Stand back. Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them. I knew it! I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody. So, what did you think of Highwing?
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howin mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on. What they're doing.
I'm not sure that's such a good idea. The poachers seem a dangerous lot.
They don't scare me. Besides, I'd do anything to keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again, my young friend. Gladwin Moon, Hogwarts caretaker, at your service. First, please allow me to apologise if I seemed a bit unsteady when we last met. I'm afraid I had a rather disconcerting encounter. Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more eventful than mine.
I suppose you could call it eventful. I certainly wasn't expecting a troll attack.
Oh, of course not. From what I understand, the village was lucky you were there. In fact, my recent visit to Hogsmeade is the reason I was hoping to bump into you. I could use your help with something. Do you see that curious statue over there? Watch what happens when that light changes from day to night. Now, if you wouldn't mind humouring me for a moment, see if you can remove the moon from the statue. Ooh, odd little contraptions, aren't they? It seems the statue vanishes once the moon is removed, which, incidentally, can only be done at night. Why don't you hold on to that one for now, and I'll explain more as we walk. Ever since that fateful day in the village, those curious statues have begun appearing about the castle. A fair number have been strewn around Hogsmeade. Someone, it seems, is trying to torment me. You see, that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came face to face with a boggart, or shapeshifter, if you will, which takes the form of whatever scares you most. This one took the form of a Demiguise.
A Demiguise?
Yes! Terrifying creature that can see the future. Wholly unnerving. I encountered one when I was a lad in Korea. Terrible experience. Those statues are Demiguises. The moons, I assume, are an uninspired play on my name. Some jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest fear and use it against me. I have my suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear. That is why I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me?
A couple of reasons, frankly. First, your daring do against those trolls in Hogsmeade has gained you a reputation for fearlessness. Second, as macabre and hideous as a Demiguise is, most would find my fear of them unwarranted. You, however, have seen how they affect me. I'm at my wit's end, young friend. I simply can't bring myself to go near them. In fact, I know of two statues right here in the faculty tower. Perhaps you could start simply by removing them, so I can go about my evening duties.
I'd be glad to help you, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I knew I could count on you. First, you know how to cast a disillusionment charm, correct? You'll want to do that before wandering the tower at night. Next, you'll notice that the door is locked. However will you get in? Alahomora, that's how.
But what about curfew?
Curfew? Oh, tosh. I sense you're a bit like me when I was your age. Oh, the school was my oyster. And I took advantage of it. Oh, everyone loved me for it. Oh, those were the days. Now, you'll find one statue in the prefect's bathroom and the other in the hospital wing. Good luck. Oh, and thank you.
Alohomora.
Well done! You're in. Remember, use a disillusionment charm so no one claps eyes on you. This is a restricted area of the castle, after all.
Revelio.
How are your students getting along this year?
Rather poorly, I'd say.
Is that so?
We're raising a generation of coddled cape flappers that can scarcely tell the difference between us.
Leviosa. This must be the prefect's bathroom.
Always mucking about, stirring up trouble. Perhaps Ranrock and Hislop wouldn't be so complicated if the Ministry would allow them to have wands. One of those goblins comes near me, I'll hand him his hat. Or helm, I suppose. Anyway, I'm not afraid of a goblin rebellion. My marching... She's right. Why don't
Revelio.
How dare you speak to a prefect that way? I'm a prefect too. That's it. 50 house points.
Isn't some hospital wing on account of my venomous tentacular? Not at the moment, no. Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though. Well, suppose I should begin my
Revelio.
Parents are terribly disappointed about Quidditch being cancelled. Plans to bet a few galleons on Hufflepuff this season.
Hufflepuff? Ravenclaw?
I know when I see a winning bet. And Ravenclaw...
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Hello, Mr. Moon. I have the moons you asked me to collect.
Oh, goodness! You're as fearless as I'd hoped. An excellent start. If we can collect more, it may shed some light on who's behind all this. Of course, I first suspected Peeves. He drove the previous caretaker, Rancorous Carp, to an early retirement with his intolerable buffoonery. But that does not explain the boggart in Oxmead, does it? No. I am determined, with your help, to discover the identity of my tormentor.
I'll see what I can do, but I'm fairly busy. I can't promise anything.
Understood. But I hope you will find the time. In case it matters, I do have something to offer in exchange for your assistance. Now, remember, the moons are only retrievable at night. Thus, I encourage you to use a disillusionment when necessary.
Understood. I shall keep an eye out.
I appreciate that. Oh, and I knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve this mystery.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff that we have to do at this point. If we open our quest log, we can see that we have quite a few different things going on. We have to find the goblin. I will say, so far, the story is interesting, but I am kind of jarred by the fact that it doesn't tend to interact with the main story, the main like activities you do that often. Like, it seems like, oh, we spend half of every video goes towards spending time on the main story, and the other half goes to like being a student and living at Hogwarts and going to class and learning spells and all this different kind of stuff. And I was hoping that they'd be kind of a little bit more integrated to give you that sense that the story is a part of the larger world. Because even, you know, if you think about where the main story is taking place, like, it's taking place largely outside of Hogwarts, and not that everything needs to take place right in, you know, the walls of the castle. But it would be nice to have some kind of like better, I guess, integration. I don't know if that's the right word. Yeah, but the story, I mean, it's really straightforward. We have 4 caretakers, seems like, and 4 quests to do. We didn't get anything for defeating the first caretaker, or completing the quest, right? So I guess we only get a reward when we complete all 4, which kind of sucks. I was hoping you'd get some kind of ability as you go, but I guess they're saving that for the end for some grand reveal. It better be worth it, but better not to be some story advancement thing. Hopefully there's some actual ability that we get. Speaking of abilities, we got I was gonna say we got the hippogriff. I don't know if getting the hippogriff is the right way to frame that, because she said that, oh, once you get their trust, they'll always be there for you. So I imagine we'll have a way of summoning him at some point. Let's see if we can do it from the menu. So yeah, it shows a hippogriff and a bird, but they're grayed out, right? So yeah, I assume that's a hippogriff on the left, on the right side, the left little thing from that. Yeah, so maybe we'll get that at some point. Maybe we'll have to advance the beasts quest a little bit further for that. But I wonder, what would we even do with the hippogriff? Because we already have a broomstick, which is kind of like better, right? What else? No one seems to be concerned with letting a student do all this. Like, we get to the beginning of the trial and Professor Fig's like, alright, I'm gonna peace out. You can do this yourself. I'll see you at the end. Like, just let me know what you figure out. That's kind of strange. They're also making Slytherins annoying. There aren't that many annoying characters in the game, but I feel like whenever there is one, it tends to be a Slytherin, which I wonder if you chose to be a Slytherin, whether that would change the houses that the other, you know, random characters that you interact with end up being in. Like, that poacher character was a Slytherin, which was kind of annoying. I like how my guy, our protagonist, believes in big government. He's like, maybe the ministry could do something about this, and they're like, I don't know about that. Man, it also feels like there's a lot of cutscenes where we can't really do anything. That has been the case throughout the game so far, but I thought that would be kind of the first, you know, couple hours of the game where they're trying to get you caught up on all the lore and get you immersed in the world. But it seems like this is just how the game's gonna be. And I don't even mind long cutscenes or like long conversations or exposition dumps in video games, because I understand to a certain extent you have to have them if you're trying to tell a complex story. But in this case, the story is just like, it seems needlessly complex. And on top of that, it also is... It feels hand-holdy the way they're going about telling it. And I feel like if you're going to have a cutscene, at least have something for me to do during the cutscene. Like, even if I can walk around during it, that seems like such a silly request, but tickle the pear. What the fuck? That's weird. Whoa. Cool. Didn't know that would happen. Yeah, this caretaker guy seems a little bit sketch as well, whatever that's worth. But yeah, we have a lot more things to do. Hopefully more stuff around the castle. I think that's the most enjoyable. I was gonna say exploring the overworld has been pretty enjoyable. However, given that we have a broom now, it kind of makes it trivial because you can just fly everywhere you want instead of having to actually like traverse through and, you know,
Here's a welcome treat.
Go on the ground and be forced to interact with different elements of the world. So we'll pick it up next time with a lot more to do and even more Hogwarts Legacy.